There's Robert Woods, who blew it open with that touchdown there as LA's bid to get to a second Super Bowl in 4 years continues. We welcome you back for a double dose of NFL Game Day highlights presented by Pepsi. Kyle Montgomery soon to be joined by LaDainian Tomlinson. Still just a little over a minute remaining in that contest between the Seahawks and the Rams, so not fully concluded yet. But again, we will have full highlights and breakdowns, post-game sound once that does go official. But as you can see, it is only a matter of time. Rams with a 2-possession lead, and they're going to pull off a shocker at Lumen Field in the great Northwest. Shaking hands now, exchanging pleasantries as I welcome in the one and only LaDainian Tomlinson, Hall of Famer, hanging with us once again on this Super Wild Card Saturday. LT, it's been pretty super wild, I guess we could say. Starting from game one, Bills, Colts, we'll talk that a little bit later. But what are your early impressions of how this one played out here in Seattle?
Well, another divisional battle. As we know, these two teams split during the regular season. But this game, we knew it was going to come down to defense. And the Rams' defense was outstanding today. They really got after Russell Wilson, sacked him 5 times. They were able to get 2 turnovers. And really, the Rams' defense, we knew would be the catalyst, but the offense was able to run the football and sustain drives. They control the time of possession, and that's anytime you can control time of possession, run the football, play great defense, that's a recipe and a formula to win games, and that's what they did today.
First home playoff loss for Seattle since January 8th, 2005. Ironically, LT, that happened at the hands of the Rams as well, 27-20 in that game. We can talk about it all day long, but why don't we show you how things went down in Seattle? There's John Wolford, second QB in the Super Bowl era to start a playoff game with 0 career passing touchdowns. Jared Goff active for this game, but not starting due to that injured thumb. Bad news for the Rams because their backup is now hurt. Wolford scrambling, hit by Jamal Adams, stays down on the play. He would have to leave the game and eventually be transported to a local hospital. So in comes Jared Goff, 2 weeks removed from surgery on his right thumb, and obviously he's not going to be throwing it too well. Lucky to not have this ball intercepted, but Cooper Kupp comes down with this one, LT. Lucky.
Yeah, and he just threw it out there and hoping his receiver, Cooper Kupp, can make a play. And on that particular play, he did make a play.
Meantime, DK Metcalf has got 12 receptions, 87 yards, 0 touchdowns in 2 games against the Rams this year. As you know, Jalen Ramsey has had him on lock like roster hair, and he's showing some of that frustration over on the sidelines. Young, emerging wide receiver, Russell Wilson, coming to kind of calm the waters with him. You see Metcalf in motion here, 6-3. Wilson, though, picked off by Darius Williams. He saw it coming like a psychic. Calling me now for your free reading. LT, will you find a better defensive read than that?
Just a great read. He's seen it on film, but think about the pressure that the Seattle Seahawks felt at that time to try to get DK Metcalf the ball, and they finally get him the ball on this big play.
Yeah, Danger Russ scrambling for his life somehow. DK gets beyond the secondary, a 51-yard touchdown. He and Russ, is the second time that they've hooked up for better than 50 yards, tied for the most in league history. Meantime, a 13-10 game, and there's Goff doing whatever he can. Not a bad idea to get it to the young rook, Cam Akers, making the play. And Akers with plenty of space, 44-yard gain there. 2 plays later, it's Akers powering it in from 5 yards out. He got plenty of land in this one. Akers, 21 touches, 142 scrimmage yards in the first half alone. He had a franchise day in terms of rookies for the Rams. 20-13 now. On to the third. DK's behind the secondary again, LT, but Russ couldn't quite get it to him, and Aaron Donald had a lot to do with that.
Oh, absolutely. Aaron Donald with the pressure there. Russell had to get rid of it. And you can see on that particular play, something happens to Aaron Donald. He's holding his stomach and has to leave the game.
Yeah, left the game momentarily with what was a rib injury. He was able to return to the sidelines and get back in this game. His health going forward, though, still does remain in question. We'll keep you updated on that. Meantime, here in the fourth quarter, 4th and 1, Seahawks late getting to the line and forced to rush the snap, penalized for the false start. Check this out. On the punt, this is just a case of trying to do too much. DJ Reed loses the ball. Micah Kaiser is there to recover. And the Rams in business, a critical play, threatening inside the 20. Goff, injured thumb or not, he's going to make that throw and connect with Robert Woods. That's going to blow it open. Aaron Donald's like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And what do you know? It's the Rams pulling off a shocker on the road, getting it done in Seattle.
Thank you very much, Darius Williams here. Darius, congratulations. What a phenomenal performance by your defense. What were you able to do tonight that you weren't able to do 2 weeks ago?
I think we came together. I mean, we always come out, play our game. I think offensively, I think what Jared Goff went through, for him to be able to come in and lead this offense, I think that's what we was missing. And I think I'm just grateful for him, grateful for everybody.
You had the play of the game with the pick six. What did you see on that play?
I mean, they just always running away from Jalen. So I know, they try to feature DK. I already knew what they was doing. I seen it 100 times on film. Just want to go get it.
When Aaron Donald went down in the second half, what was going through your guys' head on defense?
What's that?
When Aaron Donald went down, what were you guys thinking on defense?
When Aaron Donald went down?
Yes.
I mean, hey, look, that's the leader of our defense. So we know if he was hurt, we gotta raise our game to another level, because him by himself, you know what I'm saying, that's a force to be reckoned with. So we all just had to come together and elevate our game.
Congratulations once again, Darius. Good luck next week.
All right, LT, Darius Williams, 3 interceptions versus a single opponent was our very own D'Angelo Hall, who had 4 back in 2010 against the Bears. What do you make of his play in this game, and not only his play, but the entire Rams defense, which has really been lights out all year?
Well, Darius' play has been outstanding. Obviously, we saw the interception return for a touchdown, but he really had great coverage all day, as well as Jalen Ramsey, his counterpart on the other side of the field. We know what Jalen Ramsey is. He's a shutdown corner. When you get a guy like Darius Williams that can play like that on the other side, it makes this defense hard to drive the ball against, consistently get first downs and drive the football, because they're such a great defense. We know, they're led by this guy on your screen, Aaron Donald, and that bunch up front. When they're getting after the quarterback like they was today, and that back end has tight coverage, this team is a scary team to play, because as we saw, they went on the road today. So that means they can go on the road. This type of game will carry on the road. And I just think with the confidence that they're playing with, this is going to be a dangerous team going forward.
LT, they say defense wins championships. You look at the Rams' numbers, top scorer defense in the league, #1 against the pass, #1 total yards. We saw what they did out here. But is this defense enough to sustain a team that you don't know what's going to happen at quarterback with Jared Goff and his injury? Is this defense a Super Bowl caliber defense enough to get them to the doorstep, I guess?
Well, they used to say that defense wins championships, Kyle. I'm not so sure that's the case anymore. I don't believe that anymore. As an offensive guy, I believe it's all about the offenses now. All right. So when you think about in the NFC, right, you got the Green Bay Packers, you got the New Orleans Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all explosive offenses. If Jared Goff is not healthy and he can't play better than he played today, Kyle, I'm sorry, but they will not be able to make a deep run. They got to win today, but they won't be able to make a deep run.
Okay. As you know, a quarterback's best friend is a good run game. The rookie Cam Akers showed up and showed out tonight. How sustainable do you think this run game is going to be for the Rams going forward?
I think it's pretty sustainable if Cam Akers is playing. You know, he's been banged up a little bit this year, but when he's in there, I mean, this is what he does. He creates big plays for that team. He can handle a huge workload, as you saw, 28 rushes this evening for 131 yards. But this is a guy that they can give the ball 20-plus times to and rely on him. So I believe it's sustainable. But that's yet to be seen because it hasn't been consistent every week. You know, Cam has been in and out of the lineup. We'll see what happens next week if they can get this run game going again.
You mentioned DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey, and this being one of the more enticing one-on-one matchups in this game. Seems like, you know, Jalen Ramsey plays with a chip on his shoulder, man. He wants the best receiver on the field, and I think he said he really made a statement with his performance out there against DK yet again here in the rubber game.
I love it. I love the way Jalen Ramsey play, man. Anytime that guy's playing football, I want to watch. He's exciting, you know. And not only does he know how to cover, Kyle, this guy comes up and hits. Like, he hits like a linebacker. We know the size, 6'1", 200-plus pounds, but he just a dog, as they would say.